All right, so we are on the next phase here, and we're going to start framing our first wall. These are 8-foot lengths of 2x4, so we're going to have to cut them down so we can make our 8-foot walls, because this is going to be our bottom plate. We're going to need a top plate, so we need to cut some of our joists down. We've got 2x10 for headers over the windows. And again, on this wall here is going to be 4 36 by 60 windows. So let's get started cutting. So what we're doing right now is framing the rough openings for the windows. These here are called the king studs. And these are the sills, window sills. And on the inside will be the trim pieces that measure out to about 1/2 inch larger than the actual window is going to be.
Well, John, there's all the wood. There's all the king studs cut.
Thank you there, Kim. We have them cut down to 93 and 3/16.
I do.
And day 2 on framing. We've got our back wall up here. We've got them trimmed out, and they are ready for 36 by 60 inch windows. We had a little design change here on this wall, didn't we, Kim?
We did, John.
So can you explain what we're going to be doing now? Instead of having the desk here with one window.
Well, John, I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to see the children on the playset.
Right.
So instead, we're going to put 3 windows.
Or maybe 4.
Boom. 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 That would be fine. 3's fine.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that I can see the playset.
We were thinking that the sight line to this playhouse wouldn't be as good if we did the built-ins here. See how would just look right out into the backyard, right? So what I'm doing right now is cutting into the house, because this is where the wall is going to be joined up with, right in there. So we're cutting away the siding, sheathing, and we'll actually be able to slip a stud behind that piping that'll go right through the wall there.
Yeah, part of it.
What? Cool. And that matches.
So we've got this next wall up here. Had to do some cutting into the soffit here, because we're actually going to be doing a double plate up at the top, and that's fine. There's a lot of room up there. And we met up with the adjoining joist inside the house. And as you can see, we've got our 4 smaller windows framed in now. These are 2 by what, like 45 high. And again, this is where the desk area is going to go. Have some extra support down on these cripple studs down here, because on top of the wall will be a microlam beam that gets tied into the rim joist of the upper floor, which will act as a support for the upper floor. So it needs to rest on top of this wall, and then this wall, which we're going to be doing next. Okay, we've started taking apart this junction here of the bay window, because this is the 3rd wall that we have to tie into, and we've been getting rid of the scraps. This is the 2x4 here that we have to sister up the new wall against. Problem is, to get this bay window, they had to frame it out like this at a 45-degree angle, or a 33.5, whatever it is. So we have to get rid of this guy. So we'll get the rest of this stuff out. Then 2 king studs, and same thing on the other side. And this is a rough opening of 72 by 80, and that's our last wall. We're all tied into the house over here.
So what's her first name? I have so much respect for her. How much, what do you think the odds are that...
Back on in the back here, okay. So we'll be able to get this all nice and sealed up before we actually have to do any more demo. And there's not enough of a space there. We'll be able to get to that window, and if we can't get it from this side, we can get to it from the inside. Here is what we're looking at.
This is going to be a really dirty kitchen.
Alright, we've got the micro lambs here, and we are prepared to put it up on the rim joist up here. Need to
All right, right there. So good?
Yeah. You still can come over a little bit more.
There it is, Davey. So we got up the first lamb, and it's all lagged in. Now we're gonna get the second lamb up. We'll see if we can get this here. Okay, yeah, that's good. We've got the 2 lambs all up and secure. First one is lagged in to the rim joist. This one is nailed in, and we've got it resting right on the top of the exterior walls, and it's ready for the ceiling joists. Alright, well, that does it for all of the ceiling joists. Well, as you can see, I had to start over again on these rafters on the other side. Had to take off this ledger board. I started to realize as I was getting the rafters up that once they hit the angled section that started going back, the rafters were at a different slope.